Hi everybody, it's Jackie. Because this is your first graded activity in the EHR, I want to kind of walk you through the process and make sure that everybody knows just exactly what it is that's going to be expected of you as you do the query activities. The first thing you'll always want to do when you click on the assignment link that takes you to EHR is to print out those instructions. The student instructions are very detailed and well laid out, and as long as you always follow them from the beginning to the end in a sequential fashion, you shouldn't have any problem working through these exercises. What you will notice is at the beginning, you'll have explicit step by step by step. And the more times that you do something, the fewer instructions you're going to get, because the assumption is that you are learning what the steps are as you go. So I'm starting out with the skills activity query basic orientation. I have the instructions printed out in front of me, and when I open this up and I have my instructions, it tells me that my first step is going to be to select new, and that's this button in the lower right hand corner. When I do that, it automatically populates the current date and time. So the time I'm recording this instructional video is September 7th at 3:06 p.m. My name automatically fills in. Here's where I'm going to enter the name of my query. So I am to name this query Total Births 5 years ago. Step number 2 tells me that I need to fill out my rules. So I am to pick the rules birth year equal 5 years ago. To do that, click the drop-down box, select birth year equals, and you can see there's some equal or not equal. So we want equal to 5 years ago. Okay, birth year equals 5 years ago. Our next step is select query, the lower right-hand corner. And you'll see that gives us all of the records that meet those criteria that we just put in. So these are all of the records for patients who had babies 5 years ago today. And then I click close, and what I have is a summary. So for this instance, I want the number of total records, and that's what you'll record for your assignment. And that number has been blurred out because that's for you to figure out. Okay, so the next step is select new to begin another query. This time we're going to name this query cesarean births 5 years. Whoops, births 5 years ago. Okay, cesarean births 5 years ago. And I do want to make sure that everything is accurate in there because the name is going to show up on my report, and I do want that to look nice. So my rules this time are birth year equals 5 years ago. So again, birth year equals 5 years ago. Instead of having just this one type of information, in this report, I want more information. So I am going to tell my query to look for this and something else. So I'm going to click here to add another rule. So you see another box opens up. From here, I can choose I want it to be and this thing, which means that both the first instruction that I put in and the second one have to be present to use the information. If I select or, it means either one or the other needs to be present. In this case, we want and because we want both. And then our second rule is going to be type of birth equals cesarean. I'm then instructed to run the query, which gives me my information, and close, which gives me my summary. The next query will be total births in the current year. So again, I'm going to go here and select a new query. I'm going to name this one total births current year. And I need to select birth year equals current year. Birth year equals current year. Query and close. So now I have 3 different record totals. I have total births for the current year, cesarean births 5 years ago, and total births 5 years ago. I need one more query. So I'm going to select new to start that 4th one. This query is going to be named cesarean births current year. My rule is going to be birth year equals current year. I'm also going to add a rule that we're going to select type of birth equals cesarean. So what I'm telling my my query to do is look for every birth this year that's a cesarean birth. So it has to be this year and cesarean. Run my query. That will give me a full list, and then I'm going to close. Now I have 4 total records. These are the numbers that you will submit for this assignment. And when you're all finished, you'll select close session and follow the instructions for submitting your work. So I'm sure everyone will do fine. If you have any questions, please let me know.